Hey everyone, it's Laurel. Recently, I've received quite a few questions from people regarding the size that I print my pictures at for my mini books and how I go about resizing and editing them for printing. So, most of the pictures that I use in my mini books come from my phone. And that's just because I don't always carry my camera with me, and usually it's just easier to grab your phone and snap a quick picture. So, I mean, that's just how it is. It's not, because I have a preference for my camera phone or anything like that. It's just, that's what's convenient. So these are examples of pictures that I took with my phone. And this one is an Instagram photo. So I printed this at 4x4. And Instagram photos are always square. So all I do for these is I print the 4x4 picture on a 4x6 sheet, and then I just trim the ends off, and this is what I get. This is a 4x3 picture, and to print these I resize them. I fit two 4x3s on a 4x6 print, and I just cut it in half, and this is what that looks like. This here is another Instagram, but this is 3x3, so just a little bit smaller. This book is a little smaller than this one here. So, of course, some of the prints I used in here were smaller just because of the smaller page size. So, most of my photo editing, I would say lately I've been doing a lot of it on my iPad. I resize my pictures for printing using an app on my iPad or phone. I also use Photoshop elements on my computer. So it just depends where I'm at and what's convenient at the time. So I'll talk about how I use both of those applications for resizing my pictures. And then I do most of my printing at home, either on my regular photo printer, or recently I got a Canon selfie printer that only prints 4x6 pictures. So I really like that. It's really convenient and quick, and I don't have to, order my pictures online, wait for them, go and pick them up. So I'm able to scrap a picture, as soon as I get an idea for it. So I'll talk about those different things that I use for printing my pictures. And right now I want to talk about how I resize pictures on my iPad for printing.
So if you want to use an iPad or an iPhone to lay your pictures out for printing, the easiest way I found to do this is to use this app called PicJointer, and it is available for either iPad or iPhone. I use it on both, and I use the free version. So it's really simple to use. If you want to print on a 4x6 inch sheet, you select the 3:2 ratio, and you can see that there are several different layouts that you can choose from. The one that I use most frequently is the one that has the two spaces side by side. So it looks like this. And it's really simple to use. If you want to add your pictures to this layout, you click the plus sign. And I have these two photos here that I'm going to want to print on a 4x6 inch sheet. So I just select the photo. And there I have my two pictures ready to print. Now at this point you can just go ahead and print it out, or this app does allow you to do some zooming, or you can move it around within the allotted space. I like them the way they are. You can choose to leave the border. You can make it really small so that when you print it out you can barely see it. I want a fairly thick white border around my pictures, so I'm going to go ahead and increase the width of the border. You can also change the color of it. I'm going to go ahead and leave it white, so that's good right there. You can also, by moving this slider, you can change the size of one of your picture. So whichever one is selected, that's all you do is slide it back and forth and it'll make it bigger or smaller. So I want 2 equal size pictures, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. I'm ready to print now. So when you want to save it, you just click the little arrow in the corner. I always do the high quality, and I just save it to photo album. You can also email it to yourself, or if you have a Wi-Fi printer, you can go ahead and print it from here. If you want to go ahead and use your regular photo printer on your computer, you can use an application like Dropbox or something where you can transfer your photos easily. I always use Dropbox because I don't like to just leave my pictures on my phone or iPad or whatever. I always like to have them backed up, so you could use something like iCloud if you're using one of those iOS devices. I just use Dropbox. It's really simple to use. It works well for me. So now that I'm ready to print, I'm going to go ahead and print this on my selfie printer.
So now I'm ready to go ahead and print my picture out. And when you connect your phone or tablet to the selfie printer, you can connect either via an ad hoc network, which would be through like your cellular data connection, or you can connect your devices via the same Wi-Fi network. So since I'm at home right now, I'm just connecting via Wi-Fi. But when I take my printer with me on vacation, I use my phone and I connect to it via cellular data. So it just depends on what you have available to you at the time. So I'm going to use my iPad, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up my picture. This is the picture that I just formatted a little while ago. So I'm going to go ahead, select this picture, and I can tell that it's connected to the printer. So I'm going to go ahead and say print. So it tells me that it's printing my image now. And the selfie printer it's not an inkjet printer, it's what they call a dye sublimation printer. So you'll see that it will take the paper in and it'll actually run it back and forth 4 times to generate the print. So what it's doing is it's laying down 3 different colors of ink on the first 3 passes, and then the 4th pass it'll lay like a clear coat over it. So the pictures that come out of this printer, they're a lot more durable than like the ones that I would print on my regular inkjet photo printer because of that clear coat that's on top of them. So they're actually like waterproof, so you can write on them, and if you use like a wet pen, it won't smear the ink how an inkjet print normally would. So you can see it's pretty quick. It takes probably about 45 seconds to generate a 4x6 print. That's what it looks like. And then there's just these little perforated tabs on the edges that you can just rip off. So that is the selfie printer, and it's really easy to set up and stuff. And when you buy the paper and ink packs for this, it comes, I buy them on Amazon because I found that it's a lot less expensive than purchasing it in a store. So they tell you the exact number of prints that you'll get. So if you buy, I think the most economical one, you get like 108 prints out of it. And it should give you exactly 108 prints, because the way that the dye sublimation process works is there are essentially 108 sets of ink within the cartridge. So it's not like an inkjet printer where, depending on how much ink it uses, that'll determine how long your cartridges last. This process is a little bit different, so you have a really good idea of what you'll get out of one set of paper and ink. But that's how it works, and I really like this print. I'm really happy with the quality of the prints and everything. So that's how I use my iPad or iPhone to print pictures. I also use Photoshop Elements, which I'll show you in another video. So that's all I have to share with you today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.